Hey guys, Curtis Alexander. I'm a pharmacist. In this video, I'm going to be talking about using or taking alpha lipoic acid to help you lose more fat. Does it work? We'll talk about the studies. What dose should you possibly take? And at the end of the video, we're really going to answer the question, is it even worthwhile taking it? So let's hop right into the evidence. First of all, there have been a number of studies that have looked at alpha lipoic acid. Now keep in mind, you can get alpha lipoic acid from the foods you eat, particularly things like grass-fed meat, organ meats. Your body can also make a little from the foods you eat. But when we supplement, we do get fairly high doses, actually extremely high doses of alpha lipoic acid. Now, when we've done this, there have been studies that have taken people, they were placebo controlled, so that's good. They gave lipoic acid to people with high BMIs. We can see that here. They did see modest, it wasn't a huge amount of weight loss. And in 11 of those studies, they saw their BMI go down, or their body mass index. Okay, only one of those studies actually lowered the calorie intake of those people. So in most of these results, we can see that calories were kept the same when you supplemented them with alpha lipoic acid. Most studies, their weight went down, and even more studies, their BMI decreased. Now, the thing I want to point out is in these studies, who alpha lipoic acid appeared to be best for was people who had a high BMI. They were overweight, however, they were not obese, okay? And the other thing is that the doses that they were using were under 600 milligrams, and this was only done for 10 weeks. This was not done long term. And I think that's important because people tend to take much higher doses of alpha lipoic acid, which I don't think is necessarily proven to be safe long term, and frankly, you don't need it. So what could be going on in the body to give us this benefit? One of the things we know that alpha lipoic acid does is when you take it or when you consume it, it can reduce the activity of an enzyme called AMP activated protein kinase. It's basically in your brain's hypothalamus, and what happens is when you kind of suppress that AMPK, you can see an increase in calories burned. And one of the interesting things, I've talked to a number of people who have supplemented with ALA, and they'll come back and go, my temperature is higher when I take this. And part of that is most likely due to the fact that they're burning more calories, their metabolism may be going up. Now, what about side effects? Okay, for the most part, ALA is pretty well tolerated. People can report that they're getting some nausea or some GI side effects. But one of the things I want to point out, I think this is kind of a kicker here, is that ALA is considered an antioxidant. And antioxidants get all the press because you want more antioxidants. That's not necessarily the case. Number one, we know that all this, consuming antioxidants hasn't really affected longevity or some of these things that we thought it was going to. The second thing is not all oxidation is bad. For example, exercising can produce oxidation. So you want a balance in your life of oxidation and antioxidants. Okay, there's always this balance in our bodies. So that's why personally, I'm not that big on ALA for fat loss. I do not think it's necessary. It has shown some evidence, like I pointed out earlier, that it can potentially be beneficial while the effects aren't huge. I don't think it's necessary. I think if you have your diet dialed in, like we talked about, grass-fed beef, organ meat, some of these fruits and vegetables, you should be getting enough. And I think personally it's not needed, although it has shown some potential to help. So personally, yeah, I would not recommend it for fat loss. I would get it from the foods that you eat. So let me know in the comments other videos, supplements, topics that you would like me to cover and look into a bit more. And hope this video was helpful, you guys. Thanks.